twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shelly weaves his way through.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast, Caught in Two Minds, with your boy E. Marshall and Aguna Rush, Big Fitz.
Hey. Y'all love that intro, huh?
Yeah.
I jam to it every time. I'm like, yeah.
You know what I mean? Statics Music, shout out to him and everything he does.
Yes,
Listen
sir.
to me. But hey, after the Liverpool game and that rough second half, the Gunners traveled to Birmingham to take on Villa, and we come away with all 3 points. Nice little bounce back game after the Liverpool match. What were some of your thoughts, Fitz? You know, just the quick thoughts.
I don't stay so up on other teams' lineups so much.
Right.
And when I looked down there and I saw a dirty, nasty player, Young, was back out there. Ashley Young.
Oh yeah, he's a rotten bastard, ain't
And he's a rotten bastard. And I was like, oh, back at the scene of the crime, is
Right.
he? At the scene of the crime.
That's his I think he's I think that's his boyhood club. They found him, they developed him.
Yeah.
You know, it brought him through the ranks, and he went to Man U, and then he went to Italy, and now he's back, kind of winding down his career of being a rotten bastard.
Yeah. Still had a few nasty leg chops to throw in there and a dive or two. But you know.
Oh yeah. His he played into his reputation beautifully.
Yeah.
There was the angry look he gives the refs, like what? How dare you?
Yeah.
But he tried to kick a few lumps in the soccer.
But other than that, Laka was the one kind of surprise to me.
We talked about it, yep.
I mean, you know what? There I go, get second guessing my manager again. He obviously felt this was super important, and he went with all the ones he trusted and who he wanted out there. And we only won 1-0. Maybe coach is right.
I think if Gabby Martinelli doesn't really get hurt, or is he sick or whatever, I think he might have put in Eddie. I think that may have had something to do with it. I don't know, but yeah, you're right, because we talked about that on the last podcast about maybe giving Laka a break.
Yeah. Just thought he really probably needed one. But 2 weeks coming up, maybe that's what coach was thinking.
Right. He's
give
not
me
like
one more. Just give me one more.
Exactly, because he doesn't get the call up anymore for France, so he's gonna have a lot of time to get ready. He didn't really do much again yesterday, Laka.
Not a lot.
He didn't. He gives you everything you got. He gives you everything he has, and the hold up play and the things he tries to do with this group. I think it's all we can pretty much ask for. If he chips in a few goals here and there, great. But as long as we got Saka, Martinelli, and
we are where we are. I mean, it was actually something that they kind of used to dog on Giroud about, but he was really good playing with his little wingers and stuff, and his little one-touch passes were valuable at times. And Laka knows how to find these little guys when they're slotting through and trying to make a run, or he'll backheel one. So, I mean, we are where we are. I think everybody admits, yes.
There's nothing.
Go find us a clinical striker.
Yeah,
in the summer.
There's nothing we can do about it now, like you said earlier when I was really hammering in on Laka. Not really hammering in on him, just like, I want him to be where he's supposed to be, where he can get some goals. But he's doing so much other shit that it seems to be required of him, you know.
Yeah.
It looks like, you know, Arteta wants his number 9 tracking back and trying to hound you on defense and press. And, you know what I mean? If you're 30, you know, it's going to be hard getting back into the box.
To just keep doing it. Hence why I thought he was getting a day off.
Right,
you know?
Right. So, you know, like you said, in the transfer market, hopefully, maybe, you know, we bring somebody younger, Osimhen.
While we're coming clean, I'll just go ahead and say it. In FIFA, I've now started. I put Pepe up top. He's my striker now. I got Laka coming off the bench, so you know, I'll just say, you know,
that's what I was talking about.
And I've been hitting the back of the net lately, so
that's remember we had that little mini argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, man.
The ESR thing. Let me just tell you, the dude is smooth as silk, dude, and he just kind of floats around on the pitch. He gets in right, like, you know, when you compare, I don't think Gabby's a winger, so I don't think him playing out there is something he's going to be doing going forward, even though he's really good at it. I just think he's a little wild for that. I just like the way ESR, I like his approach to playing out wide with this group of players. And I think it's going to be something real special when we can see Martinelli play down the middle, play the locker role kind of down the middle, and get behind people with Odegaard, with ESR and Saka, because they can all pick a pass and they're all kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
there's a difference there.
And they all got, like, although they're all giving you top effort, they all got little kinks that are different about each other that give you a little something different. And I like that about, you know, the young guns.
I think the way, just when I was watching the game and I was watching ESR out there, he's just a little more under control, you know? And whereas Gabby is just instinct, I'm going to whoop your ass and try to make something happen. And that's good. But I just think when he's down the middle and his sole focus is scoring goals, I think we're going to see Martinelli take off to a whole nother level.
I like the sound of it just because Martinelli gives me that impression that, like, you know, he can and will do whatever you kind of tell him, you know? Like, so like
he's coachable, right?
Stick him up there and direct him on, you know what, man?
Go for it.
Work these 2 center backs, work them. And,
try to get behind
and we'll find you. We will find you, you know?
Odegaard his speed of thought, the way he can pick a pass. If they time a run, I mean, if the team is playing a high line and Gabby times a run with Odegaard,
yes,
and we've seen his composure in front of net. I mean, he's just, you know,
and with our 2 wingers too, they both like to cut in, you know. I mean, once defensive line starts deciding, like, oh my God, Gabby might get by me, he might get by me, that's just going to open stuff up for Saka and ESR. They both like to cut in on you. And hey, the thing I like to say about ESR, the thing you were talking about, I just put a finger on it yesterday, but you know, he just understands his physical capabilities and what he can do, and his judgment is really good. When he wants to bake somebody and he makes that decision, he usually does it, you know. And
great close control.
And I like he runs on his toes when it's time to, you know, try to, like, cut in on something. Like, he gets up high and he's moved. You know, I love watching him run. I love all our players, man. These young kids are so fun to watch, man.
Definitely, he's smooth. He really is
something exciting to watch in Arsenal for so long.
Even
the good players over the last 10 years. I mean, I love Santi. I love Ramsey. I was counting it up, man. These guys. All highly skilled, but slow, not very fast, not very physical necessarily. Like, they were just quirky and different. Like, these guys, man, we got effort, man. We got, like, they got heart. They're trying hard. They got that enthusiasm, you know,
that youthful enthusiasm and optimism. You know what I mean? When you see them play, they don't know any better but to just go for it. You know?
Come on, man.
That's what was so impressive about Martinelli against Liverpool. And I wanted to see a little more of that from Saka or some of the other players, Odegaard.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Liverpool had a lot to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, yeah, I'm happy with the way things look. I know we're not scoring. We didn't score a lot of goals yesterday. We only scored one, and it was kind of I wouldn't say a fluke because he put it on target, but I mean it was after a little scramble from a corner and he got it back and he put it
at
away.
that point. Though it really felt like Arsenal deserved a goal already. At that
Definitely,
point,
that's what I was just going to say.
Already kind of hampered them, and
I was just getting ready to say that we controlled the game on the road. We went to their stadium and we just pretty much bossed it, for the entire game. Some of that we 53% possession, even though they had the ball a lot in the second half, and we still had 53 to their 47. We had 521 passes to their 441. That's some,
yes,
we just controlled the game.
Yeah.
And with Leno in goal, what were some of your thoughts about that? Were you nervous when you saw him?
I didn't go into it feeling nervous. I mean, I did feel proud that we got a backup that good.
I was just thinking the same thing. Like
I don't think this lasts. I mean, after this summer, he's gone, and who knows? Maybe that Okinawa, however you say his name, kid is like ready to go and all that.
Right. He didn't get it. They're already talking about, he's going to leave because he didn't get a call up to Germany, and him not playing is affecting his international status, and that's fine. But he feels like like you said, it felt like he's a competent backup who's going to come in there and just do his job, and he, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah. I think far in this stretch. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say there was a few occasions throughout the game where you could see my biggest knock on him, his lack of communication on some of the clearances and coming out and people looking around like, what are you
Him
what
and
are you
Gabby
doing?
had a little mix up at one point.
Right. So that's always been my knock on him is, he makes everybody kind of nervous back there because he doesn't, talk to him, basically.
That is funny. I'm glad, I mean, I don't know. You did bring it up, and now I think about it, like that first time him and Gabriel had that little mix up and the ball was in the air.
Right.
I jumped up. I was like, God, see, that's what I'm talking about. I forgot all about my original, like, I jumped on him for a second, but then I did settle down. But
yeah, no, and he, and like all in all, he was solid. I think Aston Villa, we ran circles around them to the point where they didn't know what to do, even when they had an opportunity.
Yeah,
it was one of those games. And Leno, to give him a little credit towards the end of the game, he made a nice little stop or whatever it was. It was kind of a shot, somebody was putting it into the box, and I think he came out and caught it.
He came out and caught one, and then they had a set piece where they swung it to the back post, and he dove and got it. Great save there too.
Yeah, and
I've never knocked his reactions and his he's an athlete. He's an athlete.
You sound like me now. He's a tremendous athlete, a tremendous shot stopper. But all the other decision shit, that's where he's a little shaky. But it surprised me the way the team at the end of the game were celebrating with him and the match he had. There's a lot of people coming up to him and high-fiving him and hugging him and shit.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I just thought it's just, weird.
I think that really came from, we touched on it lightly, but it did get squeaky bum towards the end.
Yeah.
A little bit. Aston Villa got just comfortable enough that they started moving the ball and penetrating a little bit. And I just feel like the team, they were high wired by the time the last whistle blew.
Right.
So when it was over and he had just got that one save that looked like, well, that could have been the one that would have tied it all. So I'm sure everybody was just like fired up. And I was surprised. Like I rarely watched we were the only game yesterday.
Right. Exactly.
So they didn't jump to the studio or jump to a different game, and they watched it. I was impressed. The crowd, the team, they all stayed out. There was a big celebration. Everybody was happy. Everybody gave their shirt away.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I was just
Boy,
tripping like, wow, what is showing in somebody else's stadium?
right. And I think Ashley Young made another comment about Arsenal celebrating. But he kind of tampered it down to saying, that just shows you how far we've come as a as a club here at Aston Villa. But what people fail to realize is, coming in fourth and getting that Champions League spot is not only important to the fans and to, the Cronkies and the club, but the players.
Yeah,
I sense that they really want it.
sure.
You know what I mean? And that's good. That's
and
good.
without knowing contracts, some of them probably got bonuses for, we get Champions League and all this other stuff. So,
but there's a passion for it. You
yes.
can see that, and that was a huge game going into this international break that sets us apart. We pretty much control our own destiny now for the rest of the season, and so yeah, they got a right to celebrate and be happy.
Yeah,
I didn't find a problem with it at all.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this: there was a few incidences throughout the game where one of your favorite players of all time, Xhaka, kind of, was toting that line of doing something foolish. How do you think him and Partey have been playing lately? Before you get into
the two of them together have played well. Honestly, the feeling, and this is before the argument and all these other things, but the way I felt was snarkingly was what Arteta said about Xhaka is, I can't really trust for you to be the sole back mid guy left.
Right.
And
it's always been your thing too. It's an athleticism problem.
It's just that, yes, the heart is there, and he's even a smart player, even kind of, but
he can't get there. If
he just can't get there, and sometimes he misjudges, like he's got caught off on little like square passes and things like that because I don't know, is it cocky or to me he is in his head.
Right.
I don't know if you could be a smart player and still in your head, like emotionally you have some issues, but it almost feels like Arteta just kind of accepted that he can help us a little, but he can't help us a lot. So I'm going to put him in a position that is not very demanding for him to do much.
Right.
He gets balls and moves them along, pick out a pass if you see one.
It's like he's been instructed lately to pass the ball forward as much as you can. Don't do anything ridiculous. Get rid of it quicker so you don't get caught on the ball, and kind of get out of the way.
And get out of the way.
And what that's done is, it's kind of taken away from Tyranny's game, because Tyranny stays back now more because Xhaka's pushing up, and that's a nice trade-off to me. You know what I mean?
Because at least Tierney could track back.
He's just not pushing up as much as he usually does. Tierney.
Yeah.
In years past, he was our guy.
Yeah.
He was our linchpin at left back. But now he's staying back. Jacques is pushing a little forward, and because remember when Tierney would push up high, Jacques had to cover that space. And like you said, with the, somebody quick gets it out there, and if he makes and if Xhaka makes one false move, then he's gonna flash out, maybe get a card or do something stupid. Now we don't see that lately, and it's effective for now. We're not scoring that many goals because it's nice to have both our right back and left back pushing up and playing the way Man City want to play or Barcelona want to play, that style. Get your wing backs up, and just do it. So but when those incidences on the pitch were it's like he's got way too much experience now to be getting silly yellow cards, especially with the history he has, or just getting into fights, trying to pretend you're a tough guy when you're the first guy that's going to try to hug somebody's neck. You know what I mean?
That's one of the biggest things that just drives me crazy. So he he gets the yellow,
Right.
which I really was kind of on the fence whether he really deserved the yellow on that or not.
Right.
It seemed like the two of them were going back and forth, whatever.
Right.
But
The ref was a jerk off.
we got a reputation. Your name's Xhaka, Granit
Right.
Xhaka, and you've had so many silly fouls
You're a
in your
laughing
life
stock.
that
Right.
you don't get the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-mm.
So you got your yellow. And he starts jabbing a little bit, and I think it was Gabriel or maybe Partey, one of the two of them that backed him off.
Right.
Got in front of him. Or it might have been Laka. No, it was Laka.
It was
I think
Laka. Yeah.
Laka came over and just, kind of physically just kind of pushed him away a little bit. Like, it's cool, it's cool, it's cool. And as soon as Laka turned his back and walked away, he jumps back in and points in somebody's face and blah, blah, blah. And now the announcer's even making a point of it. Like, he better watch it. He might get a second yellow, you know? And it's just like we have a 1-0 win. It's in sight. We just need to just lock this down for a few more minutes and we're all good. And Xhaka wants to just put us in this weird spot.
What was
and my corned beef is it's time to release the lid.
You want to pause it?
Nah. We're good. We're all good. That's how I cook. See, low and slow, baby. Low and slow. I don't care what Myron says.
You got a flash cooking. Anyway, no, but yeah, you're right. I thought he was just towards the end of all that, those shenanigans. I thought he was just like basically trolling everybody. Like, watch this. Because it was just like, just get out of there. One of the things I talked about last podcast was the way Liverpool were just, they took that whole storm in the first half. Didn't nobody lose their head? I mean, their manager lost his head, but the players, everybody was cool, no little scuffles. And the composure, it's something the team has to learn. But it's usually the young players that are
right.
Wild and crazy and just down for whatever, ego. But it's Xhaka or Gabriel. He's still young, but he's just an intense dude. But yeah, like I like the way Partey handles himself out there as far as, just relaxing, being calm and doing his thing. And I hopefully that rubs off on Xhaka because he's still, I had flashbacks of him doing something really, really unnecessary and stupid to just piss everybody off again. And we don't need that right now. We just don't.
And I mean, he thinks he might think he's sneaky and I don't notice, but I noticed like I knew nothing was gonna jump because Mings was standing right next to him.
Right.
And like that's not gonna happen. So
that's a big dude.
Xhaka does kind of pick on dudes that are like 3 inches smaller than him.
Right.
And he still might talk a little shit to somebody bigger, but he don't do all that pointing in their face and grab them by the neck or and that's why I know Xhaka, like it's not real, man. You're not really the tough guy.
And here's the thing, Buendia, on the like Xhaka, he's a feisty bastard, but Xhaka tried to get that fool to shake his hand.
Yeah,
and it pissed him off when he did shake his hand, and that's when Xhaka pushed him.
Yes,
because you know what I mean. There goes Xhaka. There goes that that enigma. You're a tough guy, but now you want to shake this guy's hand. You know what I mean? And Buendia's like, "Nah, I'm not shaking your hand, dude." And Xhaka got all butthurt and pushed him, and that kind of, you know what I mean? That's Xhaka in a nutshell. It's like, why are you trying to shake this fool's hand?
Exactly. And that's why I just tell people, man, I know stats say this, stats say that. It doesn't mean if somebody else was in there that you wouldn't still get the same results.
Right.
Right. So the stats are good with Partey and Xhaka, and I'm not yelling loud about it. I just, I get worried a couple times a game with Xhaka, that he'll either just miss a tackle or just get a yellow when we don't need it, or even a red.
Oh yeah, and now it's like I used to just be frustrated defensively. Now I'm like, when he gets the ball near the box, he's not used to that, so his decisions are off, and I find myself yelling at him now on that end of the pitch.
Like
just kick it out wide to fucking whoever's out there.
Yeah.
Be done with it, dude. What do you know?
So, that record's great for those two. I get it. We
Mm-hmm.
win games that way, but I mean, those kind of records can be looked at several ways. Like,
Right.
You're looking at that. I'll say, how about every time we start ESR, we win? He's only started like 7 games this year, but hey, he was the one that was out there when so what? He's perfect. So he should always start. I mean, you can manipulate how it happened any way you want. 10 out of those 12, our back line had clean sheets in 9 of those 10. So do we give it to the midfield for the success of that team, or was it the back line that didn't give up any goals?
I mean, yeah, to me, he's the amount of the people that love Xhaka, they love him for all sorts of ways that I can't see it. You know what I mean? Like, he's out there and he's doing his job, and he's it's just, I'm not saying he's average, but he's just a little above average to me. And you can't tell me, this will be controversial, but if Maitland-Niles gets as many chances as Xhaka to play in the midfield next to Partey, you can't tell me he's not going to be just as effective as Xhaka. You just can't tell. You can't, and people are, what are you basing it on? I just know. I just know.
This is how, to me, this is the argument always, right? I mean, coming up right now, everybody agrees we need a striker in the summer.
Right.
What would be the second thing that we should address?
That spot, to me, especially if he wants somebody, push him forward the way he seems to want lately.
To better this team,
right?
That would obviously be the next position that we would be trying to improve upon.
Definitely.
If somebody wants to say backup right back, that's fine, but that's not improving the team if Tomiyasu's the one starting.
Especially if we already have
about how do we improve the team? Well, you would replace Xhaka with somebody that maybe has the passing skills of Xhaka and or the right head of Xhaka, but just runs a little faster, probably even a little stronger, and maybe could shoot.
Right.
Is more willing to take the shot since we're pushing that guy up a little bit now. Like, I mean, it's just obvious. So, I mean, you can defend Xhaka all you want, but I mean, the writing's on the board. He's the next guy off the pitch.
Right.
He's the next guy off the pitch.
And like I said, I don't necessarily have a problem with Xhaka. I'm just saying, the people, on my timeline that, they try to make these weird, points. And it's just like, yeah, dude, he's solid. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. He's solid.
He is what he is, and it's just we can do better. That's all I'm saying.
He's solid.
Yeah.
Is he gonna go Roma wanted him. Juventus didn't want him. Inter didn't want him. AC Milan didn't want him. Roma wanted him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Barcelona don't want him. Real Madrid don't want him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Man City, Liverpool, they're not like, man, we want to get,
Right.
So,
the market tells you. The market will tell you, like, hey, if Bellerin was anything that he should have been, he wouldn't be on the team right now because somebody'd be like, what? Bellerin's available? Here, let's do it. Nobody wants him.
Right. He wouldn't be playing for Real Betis, whoever he's playing for. Anyway, yeah, so that's
part-time. His full-time job is walking the catwalk. On the catwalk.
So that's
the catwalk. Yeah.
That's my only thing is the people that love Xhaka, they love him for all kind of weird reasons that I can't see it, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't know soccer.
Yeah, exactly.
I got it.
You're from the States and you just started watching 25 years ago. Dude, whatever.
This isn't FIFA, mate. Okay? This is real football. Anyway. I love it. That's good times. Let's get out of here. International break. Hopefully everybody comes back unscathed. Shout out to Gabby Martinelli. I know he's sick right now, but hey, them fools that get call-ups for Brazil and Argentina, it means the world to him. So hopefully he gets his first cap and he comes back and, maybe Arteta experiments with him down the middle. Who knows? But
we got all kind of players on international duty in important matches. These are
Yeah.
all qualifiers. So, hey, good luck to all of them, and good luck to the U.S. men's national team. Hey.
Yeah. I don't even want to get
Mexico on Thursday. Woo!
At Azteca.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, you fools gotta have oxygen masks and
Only
shit.
time I'll root for a Chelsea mate. Come on, Pulisic. We need you, baby.
Don't even get me started. It's bunk. Anyway, all right, well, that'll do it. Thanks for tuning in. Remember to go to YouTube and subscribe, like, do the whole 9 yards, share it. We appreciate the love. And yeah, peace out.
Y'all see it right there. Peace.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Thank you for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.